Your soulmate's secret plan has been exposed. They even took a major legal step. My beloved child. Before this moment, you believed the biggest secret between you and your soulmate was still hidden. But today, something unexpected has changed everything. A plan that was carefully protected from every curious eye has quietly come into the light, and the truth is far more shocking than anyone imagined. Don't skip, because every sentence you hear now connects to a much bigger picture waiting ahead. For weeks, strange decisions, unusual silence, and unexplained distance seemed completely random. Yet none of it was random. Every step was leading toward one carefully prepared moment. The most surprising part is that your soulmate didn't simply dream about a future with you. They began taking real-world actions that nobody thought they would ever dare to take. One decision after another quietly pointed toward a destination that only now is becoming visible. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what happens next completely changes the meaning of everything you believed before today. The first clue appeared where nobody expected anyone to look. A single document. A forgotten conversation. A timeline that suddenly matched every mysterious event from the past few months. People who accidentally came across these details were left asking the same question: why would someone go this far unless they truly believed this person belonged in their future? That question echoed louder with every discovery. Then came the revelation that stunned everyone who heard it. Your soulmate had already taken a serious legal step, not to create conflict, not to harm anyone, but to protect a future they refused to give up on. The exact details remain hidden for now, but those close enough to witness the situation realized this wasn't an emotional impulse. It was planned with incredible patience. Every signature, every meeting, every silent decision carried one message without ever speaking your name aloud. Don't skip, because the reason behind this legal step is even more unbelievable than the action itself. The answer has been waiting in plain sight, hidden inside moments everyone ignored. Meanwhile, people around your soulmate began noticing changes they couldn't explain. Their confidence grew quieter, their reactions became calmer, and every conversation seemed to end with the same mysterious smile that nobody could understand. It was almost as if they already knew something the rest of the world hadn't discovered yet. Then one unexpected witness connected every missing piece together and quietly exposed the entire plan. Suddenly, everything started making sense. The late-night research, the private appointments, the careful timing, and the promises your soulmate never spoke aloud. None of it was accidental. Every move had one destination. But here's where the story becomes impossible to ignore. The exposure of this secret plan may have happened earlier than your soulmate expected, and now someone else knows far more than they were ever supposed to know. Will that person stay silent? Or will they reveal the final truth before your soulmate has the chance to tell you personally? Stay till the end. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals who uncovered the hidden plan, why they couldn't keep it secret any longer, and the astonishing reason your soulmate believes there is no turning back now. A quiet conversation changed everything before the sun even came up. The person who uncovered the hidden plan couldn't ignore what they had seen any longer. They replayed every detail over and over, hoping they had misunderstood it. But each time they looked again, the evidence became stronger instead of weaker. Your soulmate had prepared every move with remarkable patience, never expecting anyone to connect the pieces this soon. Don't skip, because the next discovery explains why they chose silence instead of confession. The legal step was never meant to be dramatic. It was meant to create certainty before they finally stood in front of you. While everyone else believed they were simply living an ordinary life, they were quietly building a future one careful decision at a time. Something huge is waiting for you, because one missing detail still hasn't been revealed, and it changes the entire story. Then another unexpected clue surfaced. Someone remembered a private meeting that had seemed completely ordinary at the time. Nothing about it looked unusual until they compared the date with everything that happened afterward. Suddenly, every unexplained delay, every cancelled plan, every emotional distance formed one perfect timeline. Your soulmate wasn't walking away from you, they were walking towards something they believed would protect both of you when the right moment arrived. That realization stunned everyone who heard it. Even those who doubted their intentions were forced to admit that this wasn't reckless emotion. It was careful preparation. Stay till the end, because the reason they refused to tell you the truth directly is far more emotional than anyone expected. They believed revealing everything too early could destroy the future they had been fighting to secure. But just when it seemed the mystery was finally coming together, an even bigger surprise appeared. The person who exposed the secret plan discovered there was one final document they hadn't seen before. It wasn't hidden by accident. It had been placed where only the right person would eventually find it. No one knows exactly what is written inside, but those who caught a brief glimpse described it as the missing piece that explains every silent decision your soulmate has made. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because once that final document is opened, the truth behind the legal step, the hidden promises, and the future your soulmate has been protecting will no longer remain a secret, and nothing between you will ever look the same again. For a brief moment, everything became completely silent. The final document was finally placed on the table, but no one rushed to open it. Even the people standing nearby hesitated, sensing that whatever was inside would answer questions that had lingered for far too long. Your soulmate had spent countless days making sure every detail was in the right place, believing that when the truth finally emerged, it would speak louder than any explanation they could ever give. Don't skip, because the next revelation is the one they hoped you would discover only when the timing was perfect. As the document was unfolded, it became clear that this was never about proving anything to the world. It was about protecting a promise that had quietly grown stronger through every obstacle, every misunderstanding, and every moment of silence. Then the words inside began connecting memories that once felt meaningless. Every delayed reply. Every unexpected absence. Every decision that looked confusing suddenly carried a completely different meaning. People who had once questioned your soulmate's intentions found themselves speechless. They realized the legal step had not been taken out of fear or pressure, but from a deep desire to remove future obstacles before they could ever stand between the two of you. Something huge is waiting for you, because one sentence inside that document stood out above all the others. It hinted that your soulmate had already prepared for challenges they believed might appear long before anyone else noticed them. They weren't waiting for life to become easier, they were preparing for it to become stronger. Stay till the end, because the meaning behind that sentence has not yet been fully revealed. Just when everyone believed the mystery had finally reached its conclusion, another unexpected detail surfaced. Attached to the document was a handwritten note that nobody knew existed. It wasn't long, yet it carried more emotion than anyone expected. It spoke of patience, trust, and the hope that one day every hidden decision would finally make sense. Those who read it quietly admitted they had misunderstood your soulmate from the very beginning. But the note also mentioned one final step that had not yet happened. A step so important that your soulmate refused to move forward until the right moment arrived. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next chapter uncovers what that final step is, why it could change everything forever, and why your soulmate believes the biggest surprise is still ahead. A new twist arrived when everyone thought there was nothing left to uncover. The handwritten note mentioned one final meeting that had never taken place, and suddenly every unanswered question pointed toward that single moment. Your soulmate had delayed it more than once, not because they were uncertain, but because they wanted every loose end tied up before taking the final step. Don't skip, because what you're about to hear changes the entire meaning of their silence. The person who exposed the secret plan realized that your soulmate had been protecting not only their own future but yours as well. Every careful decision, every unexpected delay, and every quiet sacrifice was part of one larger picture that almost nobody was able to see. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the biggest revelation is still hidden behind one final choice that hasn't been made. As more details surfaced, people who had once doubted your soulmate began changing their opinions. They remembered conversations that seemed ordinary at the time but now sounded completely different. A simple promise. A meaningful pause. A determined look that lasted only a second. Those tiny moments suddenly carried enormous weight. The legal step everyone had been talking about was never the destination, it was only the foundation. The true objective was something much greater, something your soulmate believed deserved patience instead of haste. They knew that rushing the truth could destroy everything they had spent so long protecting. Don't skip, because the next discovery reveals why they refused to let anyone interfere, even when others tried to convince them to abandon the plan. Something huge is waiting for you, and the answer is closer than ever before. Then, without warning, one final witness stepped forward with a memory no one else possessed. They recalled the exact words your soulmate quietly spoke before leaving that unforgettable meeting: "When the time is right, the truth won't need to defend itself." Those words echoed through everyone's mind as every hidden piece finally began falling into place. It became obvious that the secret plan had never been built on fear, it had been built on unwavering hope. Yet one final chapter remains unopened, and inside it lies the moment your soulmate has been waiting for all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals the final decision, the unexpected person who changes everything, and why your soulmate believes there is finally no reason to hide the truth any longer. The waiting finally began to feel heavier than the secret itself. Every person who had learned pieces of the truth understood that only one decision remained. Your soulmate stood at the edge of everything they had worked so hard to protect, knowing there would be no second chance once the final step was taken. Don't skip, because what happens next is the reason this entire journey unfolded the way it did. The hidden plan was never about creating a perfect story. It was about making sure that when the truth finally reached you, nothing could easily tear it apart again. Every delay, every quiet sacrifice, and every legal step had been leading toward this exact moment. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the biggest surprise is closer than ever. Then another unexpected revelation changed the atmosphere completely. The final witness admitted there was one conversation they had kept secret until now. During that conversation, your soulmate quietly said they would rather wait a little longer than rush into a future that wasn't fully protected. Those words stunned everyone. They realized your soulmate wasn't chasing a dream, they were building one with patience, believing that lasting happiness required courage, not speed. Suddenly, every unanswered question found its place. The mysterious meetings, the carefully prepared documents, and the silence that once seemed confusing all pointed toward one undeniable truth: your soulmate had never stopped moving forward. They had simply chosen to move wisely instead of loudly. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final piece has still not been revealed. As the story reached its turning point, one sealed envelope remained unopened on the table. No one knew who had written it, but everyone agreed it had been left there intentionally for the final moment. The room fell silent as eyes turned toward that envelope, knowing it could answer the last unanswered question. Was it the explanation your soulmate had wanted you to hear from the beginning? Or was it a message that would change everyone's understanding forever? No one could say for certain. But one thing became clear: the journey was never truly about the secret plan. It was about the extraordinary truth waiting behind its final reveal. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter opens that sealed envelope and uncovers the message your soulmate believed could change everything forever. The envelope was finally placed in careful hands. No one rushed to break the seal because everyone sensed that once it was opened, there would be no returning to uncertainty. Your soulmate had protected this final message more carefully than anything else, believing it should only be seen after every misunderstanding had faded away. Don't skip, because the words inside carried more weight than anyone expected. As the seal slowly opened, the room became completely silent. There were no dramatic speeches, no desperate explanations, only a sincere message written with absolute clarity. It revealed that every decision, every sacrifice, and every legal step had been made with one purpose: to create a future that could survive doubt, distance, and time. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final lines of the message revealed a truth nobody had anticipated. As the letter continued, an even deeper revelation emerged. Your soulmate admitted they had accepted being misunderstood if it meant protecting what mattered most. They knew people would question their silence. They knew others would create stories that were far from reality. Yet they chose patience over panic because they believed that truth always arrives at the right moment. Those who read the message could no longer see the past in the same way. Every confusing event suddenly became part of one carefully connected journey. The legal step that once seemed mysterious was now understood as a foundation built to prevent future obstacles rather than react to them. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because one final sentence in the letter changed the emotions of everyone present. The closing words were simple, yet unforgettable: if this message has reached you, it means the time for hiding is over. From this moment forward, the truth no longer belongs to silence. No one spoke for several moments. Even those who had exposed the secret plan realized they had witnessed something far greater than they first imagined. The mystery had never been about whether your soulmate cared, it had been about how far they were willing to go without asking for recognition. But just as everyone believed the story had finally reached its ending, another unexpected detail appeared at the bottom of the letter: a date, a place, and a promise that had not yet been fulfilled. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals why that final promise could become the most unforgettable moment of this entire journey. A single date. A single place. A single promise. That was all the message revealed, yet it was enough to leave everyone searching for answers. Why would your soulmate choose to end such an important letter with only those 3 details? The people who had witnessed everything could not stop thinking about it. They checked every earlier event, every conversation, every quiet decision, hoping another clue would appear. Then someone noticed something astonishing. That date wasn't chosen by chance. It matched the exact day your soulmate had first realized that walking away was never an option. Don't skip, because this changes the entire story. What looked like an ending was actually the beginning of the final chapter. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the hidden meaning behind that promise is finally coming into focus. As more pieces came together, the mystery surrounding the legal step became clearer than ever before. It had never been about proving love with paperwork or impressing anyone around them. It was about removing the barriers that could have stood in the way when the right moment finally arrived. Every document, every appointment, and every carefully planned decision now fit together like parts of a puzzle that had taken months to complete. Even those who had doubted your soulmate quietly admitted they had misunderstood everything. They realized your soulmate had been carrying this responsibility alone, protecting a future that nobody else could yet see. But one unexpected question still remained unanswered. Who was supposed to receive the promise attached to that date? Don't skip, because the answer is closer than anyone realizes, and it connects directly to the biggest secret your soulmate has protected until now. Then the final witness remembered one last detail that had been forgotten in the excitement of every new discovery. Before leaving that unforgettable meeting, your soulmate looked back for only a brief second and quietly said, "The right moment doesn't arrive by accident. It arrives when every hidden piece finally finds its place." Suddenly, the room fell silent once again. Everyone understood that the story was no longer about secrets being exposed, it was about a future that had been patiently prepared all along. Yet one final mystery still remains. What exactly is waiting on that promised date, and why has your soulmate believed from the very beginning that everything would change when that day finally arrives? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final chapter reveals the answer that has been hidden since the very first moment of this story.